Bonjour mes amis, aujourd'hui nous parlons des verbes pronominaux au passé composé. So how do you use these pronominal verbs in the passé composé? First of all, you know that the passé composé is composed of two parts. You have the auxiliary and the past participle. So the auxiliary for these, the little helping verb for these is être. Um, so you also have with these verbs that little pronoun that goes with the verb, and that is going to go before the auxiliary. So this is an example. Il s'est lavé. So laver is an ER verb, so there's the past participle for the ER verbs. Then you have the negative. Il ne s'est pas lavé. So the ne pas go around the auxiliary, and you have that little pronoun connected to it. So now you remember there are other verbs that take être in the passé composé, these verbs of movement, important verbs like aller, arriver, entrer, rester. And you know that when you use être in the passé composé, you have to have agreement with in the past participle to match the subject. This is familiar? Yes, we did this a few weeks ago. So, for example, she went. Elle est allée. Elle est allée. We added an extra e here to match the subject elle. Nous sommes arrivés. We add the s at the past participle because nous is plural. So same thing applies for the pronominal verbs. We're going to add agreement to the past participle. So what does that look like? Here we go. Je me suis levé. So je could be masculine or feminine. If it's feminine, you add the extra e. Same with tu. Elle, of course, always has the extra e. Nous always has the s, but it may also be, if it's a group of women, have an e as well. Vous, ils se sont levés. Elles se sont levées. So add the agreement, but there are three little exceptions. Oh, no, sorry, two little exceptions. So if the verb is followed by a noun, like a body part, for example, elle s'est lavé les mains. So you would say if she was just washing herself, you would have the extra e. Once we add the body part, the agreement disappears. And the other thing is for verbs that take an indirect object, you don't have agreement with the subject. Ils se sont parlé. So you just have to know that these verbs are the main ones. Parler, téléphoner, écrire. These verbs all take an a after them. So that's what makes them they use indirect objects. So no agreement there. So let's practice. Se promener, how do you say she took a walk? Elle s'est promenée. And you put the extra e, right? Pause the PowerPoint and see if you can do the next one. Tu, how do you say you woke up? Tu t'es réveillé. Yeah, and you may need an extra E depending on whether tu is masculine or feminine. How do you say we had fun? Nous nous sommes amusés. Nous nous sommes amusés. It looks a little strange. It's long, isn't it? So we're going to have to practice this. Nous nous sommes amusés. Vous, how do you say you got dressed? Vous vous êtes habillés. You may have an E and or an S for the vous. Vous vous êtes, nous nous sommes. Practice the flashcards definitely. So let's practice just the agreement part here. So this is past tense. Elle s'est habillée. Do we need an agreement here? Yes, the subject is feminine, so we add an E. How about here? Elle s'est lavée. Elle, feminine, so we're adding an E. Elle s'est lavé les cheveux. Don't let me trick you. When we add that body part, we have no agreement. Ils se sont brossés les dents. Same thing. Because there's a body part, we're not going to add an S there. Ils se sont écrits. They wrote to each other. It's one of the three verbs down here that takes an indirect object. So again, no agreement here. Nous nous sommes embrassés. We kissed. Absolutely an S and possibly even an E if all the parties here are feminine. Nous nous sommes promenés. Same thing. E possibly and S for sure. How about this? Elles se sont parlé. Parler is one of these verbs down here. So yes, no agreement there. So you're going to have agreement all the time, except when you have the body part or you have one of these three verbs. So practice the flashcards. And I look forward to seeing your lesson videos. Merci beaucoup, mes amis.